Hello, my name is Bill. In this video I'll continue with my shelf tour. So this time it's all Larry Niven. A World Out of Time. So this is from 1976. Cover art, Rick Sternbach. So I just read this in December. So here J.B. Corbel awakes 200 years after he was frozen, and he's in someone else's body. So he got his body frozen after he had cancer, which wasn't curable. So the idea was that they would bring him back to life after they found a cure for his cancer. But by the time he was brought back to life in 200 years' time in a different body, was the state that brought him back, and the state figured they owned him because they had paid for his preservation. So they brought him back to turn him into a starship pilot and give him the job of going out and seeding, terraforming to prepare planets for mankind to move to. But he didn't like being told what to do, so after he set out in the starship, he changed directions and headed for the center of the galaxy. And he looped around this black hole in the center of the galaxy. So due to time dilation, flying near the black hole, when he arrived back on Earth, 3 million years had passed. So it's basically a dying Earth story after that. So there's different groups of humans that have evolved separately, but cities are mostly abandoned. But there's still equipment working, like transporter booths. So he has to figure out the codes for his destinations by trial and error. And then there's the underground subway. It covers most of the globe. It's still somewhat functioning. So it's an interesting read. So according to Goodreads, this is first in a trilogy. So I can't remember the name of the trilogy. but I started reading these in December after seeing them. A video by Bob, Books Without Barcodes. I don't know what her real name is, but I think her channel name is Bob, and she mostly talks about books without barcodes. So that's how she selects classic science fiction to read, is by looking for books that have no barcode on them. But I didn't get to these other two because Christmas happened and other books made it to the top of my to read pile. So the integral tree. So this was 1983, cover by Michael Whalen. The Smoke Ring. (1987). Cover Michael Whalen. The Legacy of Heorot by Larry Niven, Jerry Pournelle, and Stephen Barnes. Oh, this is 1987. Cover Lee McLeod. Beowulf's Children. Larry Niven, Jerry Pournelle, and Stephen Barnes. So I don't know if this has anything to do with Beowulf in the Nolan Space series, but this book is not listed in the Nolan Space series, so it's probably a different Beowulf. (1995) cover Michael Whalen. Lucifer's Hammer by Larry Niven and Jerry Pournelle. (1977). Oath of Fealty, Larry Niven and Jerry Pournelle. Oh, it's 1981. Cover Lee McLeod. Footfall, Larry Niven and Jerry Pournelle. (1985). Cover Michael Whalen. The Mote and God's Eye. Larry Niven and Jerry Pournelle. 1974. Gripping Hand, Larry Niven and Jerry Pournelle. This one, the cover came loose. $1993. Cover B. McLeod. The Descent of Anansi, Larry Niven and Stephen Barnes. $1982. Cover Howard Chaykin. Oh, and the art goes around to the back. Achilles' Choice, Larry Niven and Stephen Barnes. $1991. Says art by Boris Vallejo. It's probably Spanish, and I don't know how to pronounce Spanish names. It's quite famous artist, so I should have looked him up. So there's pictures throughout the book. Dream Park, Larry Niven and Stephen Barnes. So I haven't read most of these, but my daughter has, so at least somebody made use of them. 1981. Cover art, Matt Stowicki. Cover design, Rita Frangi. Barsoom Project, Larry Niven and Stephen Barnes. $1989. Cover Joe Burleson. California Voodoo Game, Larry Niven and Stephen Barnes. A Dream Park novel. 1992. So I don't see a cover artist here anywhere. Well, here it is on the back. Dorian Vallejo. So today the playlist is Connectome Mix. So ambient, side chill, psychedelic chill out. So that's all for this video. See you in the next one.